name is Richard Zaldivar. I'm the executive director and the founder of the Wall Las Memorias project. I was born and raised here in Los Angeles. My father was from Zacatecas. My mother was from Nogales, Arizona. And I'm gay, Catholic, and a Democrat. Coming out as a gay Latino in Los Angeles back in the 80s, 90s was not easy. And so my road to coming out was somewhat long and sometimes very challenging. I was always involved in my community since the age of 18. I worked in local politics and been of community service since 1974. But it wasn't until my former lover became best friend was diagnosed with HIV and AIDS back in the late 1980s that it really impacted me of the tremendous need that our community had when it came to addressing sexuality, HIV, AIDS, and other issues that we don't like talking about. And so part of my coming out process was to look at the gaps in our community, the gaps that we needed to fill. Some of those gaps was creating a focal point to address issues like cultural silence and denial. In 1993, I founded the Wall Las Memorias project. It was a big dream. Many people discounted that dream. It was somewhat difficult, but it really, for me, was something that I was supposed to do, and I made a commitment to God to see it through. And the organization was founded in 1993. We constructed the nation's only publicly funded AIDS monuments, and it was dedicated on December the 1st, 2004, in front of 1,500 people here at Lincoln Park. Talking about equality among gay Latinos is a challenge, because many times what we have to see as gay Latinos, number one, is equality among culture. You know, so many of us are Mexican American, some of us are Mexican, some of us are Salvadorian, Guatemalan, and we need to talk to each other and understand each other's cultures. On top of that, we need to build a base within our own mainstream Latino culture. So whether it's unions or corporations or schools, we need to be out and integrate, and in churches. We need to be integrated and take ownership for who we are as a Latino who happens to be LGBT. Because there's not equality when it comes to the LGBT community. Latinos continue to be pushed back to the back of the bus. When it comes to integrating our issues and moving forward and fighting for a community, Latinos always have to fight for their fair share. Is that part of a movement? Maybe. And I find it often to be very elitist. But I think that we need, if we're going to be community organizers, we have to be well skilled. But not only to fight for our own sexuality within our family, within our church, with our community, but even within our LGBT community. And we need to know that we have the numbers. We are the numbers in our society, in our community. We do not have to go to anybody and ask us, allow us to be included. It is about us saying, we have room at the table for all of you, but it's our table now. And I think that's important. That's the kind of message we should have for our community. And that's the kind of mindset we should have. And not until we get to that mindset will we not all be free and equal. I think HIV AIDS is still a problem in our community because number one is we're not dealing with it. We have a lot of people in our community that have forgotten about the messages about safe sex and risky behaviors. And many of us are out there thinking because HIV today is a manageable disease, that it's okay to take that chance, to take that risk. I think it's important that we preserve our health, preserve our integrity, preserve our life, because I think as Latino LGBT, where we're at in the community and history, it's important that we're around for a long time so that we could help write history for the future generations. And I think